Okay, this is a very important video someone showed to me. They show you this is India, this is supposedly the high patriarchy, right? And this video is going to show you just how all these patriarchal societies, quote unquote patriarchal, are really matriarchal, and the women have always been in charge, and they've never feared men. And men are always been little bitches to women. Now listen to this, and I'll show what you mean right here.
आपका नाम क्या है?
मेरा नाम बंजी ऋषा लाल था।
और आपका? क्या हुआ था ऋषि आपके साथ?
आज से 25-30 दिन पहले जी मैं और
Now listen, about a month ago, I had gone to Tiliari Lake with my wife and children. I heard some noise in one of the corner. I went and saw two girls thrashing a boy really bad, and another boy capturing the video. Wow, girls are really afraid of men. See that bullshit narrative? Women are afraid of men. No, they're not. Women have contempt for men. And this boy, notice he isn't even putting up a fight. So greater upper body strength doesn't mean anything.
मेरी वाइफ और मेरा बच्चा हम तलियार लेक पर घूमने गए हुए थे। वहाँ शेरों के पिंजरे के पास शोर शराबा मेरे को सुनाई दिया। तो मैं देखने लगा तो एक लड़की और पीटी 2 लड़कियाँ। मैं जाने लगा तो मैडम ने रोका, क्यों किसी के रोले में पड़ो? मैं बोला इसको तू रुक यहीं, मैं अभी जाके देखता हूँ। तो जी थोड़ी आगे चली गई, मैं उधर गया तो जी वो लड़की उसको पीट रही थी।
I asked the girls what the matter was. He asked them what the matter was? You know, in other words, he was coming up and probably saying, oh, this boy must have done something to them. Guys always think that. I tried to stop the fight. The girl pounced on me, held me by my neck, and abused me, saying, sister, you know what, and mother, who the hell are you to intervene? See, this is an older man too. These girls aren't afraid of any man. And by the way, I want you guys to all be thankful that there are stupid women out there. Like, most women aren't this dumb to show outright society what's really going on. Most of them are smart enough to abuse men, you know, quietly in the back room, so they never get caught. But these girls are so full of themselves, they can't stop themselves. They're too stupid. And I'm glad this is happening, because it's what it's doing is showing the whole society with a giant neon sign what's really going on.
लड़की का रात पकड़ के साइड में भगा दी। मैं बोला बहन जी क्या बात हो गई, क्यों मार रही है तू इसको? लात गुस्सों से पीटने लग रही थी। और एक लड़का था जी जो उनकी फिल्म बनाने लग रहा था। उसके बाद जीवा मेरा चपेट की बात गया, मेरा यहाँ से गला पकड़ लिया जी, और गंदी गाड़ी तूने बहन जो तू क्या लग रहा है, माँ की गाड़ी थी, इस प्रकार की गंदी गाड़ी। मेरा
चाचा पुलिस uncle is a cop and that she would file a case of molestation on me and get me behind bars. I asked her, when have I teased you? It must be an Indian saying, or just the lack of what do you call it, a translation. Just, I am here with my wife and you cannot file any case like that on me. Wow. Do you see what I've been saying in the past? Men get together with women to validate their humanity. He's saying I'm with my uber human here, so I'm immune to being attacked. You can't call me incel. You may as well have said that too. And this is what's been going on. All these societies, even in the past, the men were protected from women by other women. It's always been a matriarchy everywhere, in every society. So don't let them try and bullshit you with this patriarchy nonsense.
मैं नो करवा दी सोना और मैं फोन करूँ तन्ने भी गेला छेड़छाड़ के उसमें फंसाऊँ। मैं बोला मैंने क्यों कर फंसाऊँ, मैंने कोर्ट में तेरी गेला छेड़खानी कर दी, मैंने कभी तेरे साथ छेड़खानी करी? बोला तो अभी ये है वो है, मैं भी फ़ोन करती हूँ जी। तो मैं बोला तू मेरा कुछ भी नहीं कर सकती, मेरे साथ मेरी वाइफ है, मैं अपने बच्चों को घुमाने के लिए ले रहा हूँ। तो जी वाइफ का नाम आया तो थोड़ी
I said I am with my wife, they got a bit scared. Wow. Wow. And did not mess with me. You see, they're not afraid of the men. They're afraid of the other women, because the women are immune to their bullshit. They're immune to being jailed instantaneously. what it is. She says, my uncle's a cop. In other words, once they accuse this guy, it's over for him. It's over for him. They don't need any evidence, just like they don't need it here in Canada. But when a woman is there, they need evidence. Both sides of the story is going to get heard. And it's going to be obvious that they're criminals. Be glad, guys, that there are stupid women out there. Because most women are too smart to do what these girls are doing, showing the world just what's going on and just who's in charge. Most women do it in the back room or at home, where they can cry their crocodile tears and say their husband beat me. They left the boy, and I also left. Wow, he didn't want to care about the boy. I guess he's all right. He's been beaten up. After a while, we saw the boy again. I asked him what happened. He said the girls beat him up and took away his money. See, they're thieves. They're muggers. And let me tell you something. The reason why it's happening now is because in the past, women they weren't afraid of men, but they knew that they needed a man to do the dirty work. Now, well, they still do have men doing the dirty work, but all of society, all the men in society automatically back them. So they don't have to have a man actually do it. They can just do it themselves. And that's what's happening here. These girls are mugging men themselves and taking their money. And their words are enough to stop him. They don't have to take any risk. Like I said, it's the fact that there's zero risk for the girls doing this now, that they're doing it. They've always wanted to do this. And society's gotten so bad that, like I said, they're willing to do it openly.
इस बात पर तो छोटा छोटा ही करवा दीजिए, वो फिर भी गाड़ी देती रही, मैं अपना लेकर आया, वहाँ लोग छोरी आए अपने ज़्यादा नहीं पड़े यार। तो जी हम बाहर आकर बैठ गए, वो लड़का थोड़ी देर में आया जी, फिर बोला मेरा पर्स में है सारे तो पैसे निकाल लिए। मैं बोला कितने पैसे थे? तो जी उसने बताया 7-8 हज़ार रुपये बताए मेरे थे, इतने पैसे थे। उन्होंने पर्स निकाला जी ऐसे और मेरे को दिखाया, वो चिल्लर तो थे।
His wallet, it was empty. He said he had about 78,000 rupees, and the girls snatched it. If my wife had not been there, they would have filed a case on me. See, the wife is the royalty and the husband is a serf. The reason she's protecting, by the way, is he's her provider. So don't think this woman is especially good to her husband. There's basically a divide in India right now. There's the women who have providers and want to protect their providers. And then there's the women without providers who, well, just want to abuse men and can do it with impunity.
बाकी उसमें पैसे नहीं थे। बाद में जी वो लड़का उन्हें अकेला करके पकड़ा है, और मेरी वाइफ मेरे साथ में नहीं होती जी, आज मेरे ऊपर भी मुकदमा करवा दें जी।
तो उन लड़कियों ने आपको भी ये
So the girls threatened you of a case as well. Yes, not only that, they abused me, said they would file a case on me as their uncle is in the police. And, you know, I think that threat was viable. I think it was real, that her uncle would just automatically do it, because this guy who approached even asked what the girl, what's wrong. Well, basically asked what the boy did to them to make them want to thrash him. This is the modus operandi of almost the average guy. Go rescue the girl.
बोला था कि मैं तेरे को थाने में बंद करवा दूंगा।
हाँ जी, मेरे को ये धमकी नहीं जी, मेरा गले का फिटिंग वाली बहन जो तू के लग रहा है, तेरे ऊपर भी छेड़खानी का मुकदमा दर्ज करवाऊं, मेरा चाचा वाला पुलिस में है, ये और वो है।
Boys beating girls. Oh, sorry, but it's you can't see it very well. Can't help that. Wow, they're puny. They're puny and they're beating, and these guys are just standing there watching it. This, I want you guys to take a good look. This is what men really are over here. They know their place. They have always known their place. They're watching these young girls beat up on this guy and taking and robbing him. Wow.
ये नहीं बोला कि कंप्लेंट दर्ज करा दे।
मैंने उसको बोला बहन जी।
Did you ask him to file an FIR? Yes, I asked him. He said he can earn the money again, but don't want this mess. Yeah, exactly. You know what it is? Because he knows his place. These guys are no different than black men in American South in the 1960s and before. They know they don't have any real legal recourse. So all they can do is say, okay, I got through this. I'll pick myself up and get my life back on track.
हाँ बोला भाई तू सी रिपोर्ट दर्ज करवा देना है न बोला भाई छोरी का रोला है मैं तो अपने रिश्तेदारी मारे हूँ या कितना कितना फंसवा देगी रुपया फिर कमा लेंगे भाई जहाँ लड़की का मैटर आ जाता है ना जी
No one
लड़की
ask a boy his version of the case of crime against women. If a girl says I was teasing her, no one would even ask me and throw me behind bars. Exactly. The men of India have no rights in India. They only have rights in India against one another, but not against women. The women are aristocracy, the men are peasants. And make no mistake, wherever you're living, whoever's listening to this, wherever you're living, you're in the same boat. I'm in the same boat here in Canada.
के वाले से मतलब कोई पूछताछ नहीं करी किसी लड़की मेरे को कह दे अब भाई ये हरीशा लाओ तो मेरे को छेड़ रहा था सर मेरे तो बयान भी दर्ज ना करा मैंने ठाके भीतर गिर दी यो तो मीडिया के बीच में मुद्दा आया है
This issue came in media and many people have come out, else those boys would have been punished. Yeah, you know, like if there's no showing of what's going on, the guys are punished in the same way that black men, like I said, in the American South would just get punished. You know, a girl pointed at him and said, you know, he raped me or whatever. It's time to do him in.
टीवी पर दिखाए गए हैं दूसरी वीडियो रिलीज हुई है जब जागा सर उन बच्चों को थोड़ी राहत मिली है ना तो मैं ये मतलब उनकी सजा पक्की थी सर
Okay. Recognize the Rothtak girls after watching them on television. He declares police can extract, I don't know what's, oh yeah, CTV footage to verify his presence. Also requests authorities to investigate this case. I'm not very hopeful.
आपका नाम
सुमित है जी
आपका नाम
राम
Now, this will get you riled if you are a man with any self-respect.
जी
सुमित आपके साथ क्या हुआ था
जी मैं रोहतक कॉलेज में पढ़ता हूँ और गाँव शिशाना का
I
रहने
was
वाला
in college one day when my father called me back for some work. Next day, when I went to college, my friends told me a case basically has been filed on me. I told my parents.
और उस दिन मेरे घर वालों ने मुझे फ़ोन करके घर पे बुला लिया था कि गेहूँ काटने हैं मैं गेहूँ कटवाने लिए घर पे 10 बजे 10:30 बजे के करीब आ गया था घर तो अगले दिन मैं कॉलेज में गया था तो मुझे पता चला मेरे दोस्तों ने बताया कि तेरे नाम की एफ कट चुकी है यहाँ पे उसमें बस स्टैंड वाली चौकी में तो मैंने घर वालों को बताया कि मेरे नाम के साथ ऐसे एफ कटवा दी किसी ने पैसे वैसे देकर
Was it the same girls? Yes. Pooja and ART? Did you misbehave with them or tease them or had a fight? Tease them, really? I guess teasing is really bad. I guess it's a federal case over in India. No, ma'am, I was not even there in the bus.
हमने मामला दबाया था
ये कब की बात है
ये 6-7 महीने पहले की बात है जी
ये उन्हीं लड़कियों के बारे में जो
हाँ ये पूजा और आरती ये दोनों लड़कियाँ थी जी
आपने उनके साथ कुछ गलत किया था
नहीं जी कुछ भी नहीं था मैं तो बस में भी नहीं था उस दिन
आपने कोई बदतमीजी कभी कुछ ऐसी कोई
नो मैडम ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ था
कभी कभी बस स्टॉप पे कोई झगड़ा हो जाता है या कुछ हो जाता है
नो सर ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ था
Did you
हमारे
feel
साथ
bad? Yes, ma'am. My whole career has been ruined because of this. My father isn't allowing me to attend college again. His father's not gonna waste money sending his son to a place where he's likely to get jailed, especially as an innocent man.
आपको बुरा लगा सुमित ऐसा हुआ और
बुरा मैडम हमारा तो करियर बर्बाद होगा ना बुरा तो नहीं लगेगा मैडम
करियर कैसे बर्बाद हो गया आपका
कॉलेज जाना छटवा दिया घर वालों ने उन लड़कियों की वजह से
आप उसके बाद से कॉलेज नहीं गए सुमित
नो मैम
रामफुल जी
Why are you not allowing him to attend college today? Today, these girls filed a case. Tomorrow, some other girl might file a case. To when can we face this? These girls can file any case anytime. You know, so much later, sorry, the bar is kind of blocking this.
आपने उनका कॉलेज क्यों छुटवा दिया
बस ऐसे छटवा दिया भाई ये रोज के पंगे पड़ेंगे हम कहाँ से इनको भुगतेंगे इन
Better to
बातों
stay.
को। हम अपना काम करेंगे कि या इनको सुलटेंगे ये लड़कियां तो रोजाना ऐसा करेंगी
आपने
हम
कितने
उसका क्या करेंगे बताओ।
आपने कितने पैसे दिए रामपुर जी?
मैंने 20,000
How
रुपये में
much did
फैसला
you pay? 20,000 rubles. Oh my God. Sorry, rupees.
किया था।
तो आपकी जब कोई गलती नहीं थी आपने पुलिस को
Did you
समझा
try explaining to the police? They don't listen to a boy. They only listen to the girl's side. Wow. Incredible. India is really just an exaggerated version of what's going on throughout the Western world. Not just Western world, but I mean just any country that has become first world. India has become first world, and the girls are showing exactly how they feel about the guys. These girls don't have to do this to this young guy. They just have power to do it, so they do it. This is how the average woman thinks of the average guy everywhere.
जाने की कोशिश की
पुलिस कहाँ मानती है जी इन
उस
बातों
टाइम
में।
पे तो
पुलिस
मैडम लड़की की चलती है, हमारी नहीं चलती उस टाइम पे। मामला
You
सुलझाने
have
के
to
लिए
say
अपनी
you're
गलती मांगनी
sorry to save yourself, even if you are not at fault. Wow.
पड़ती है ताकि
हम क्या
हमें
करें?
इनाम ना आए।
तो सुमित आपकी गलती नहीं थी
So
फिर
you
भी आपने
said
माफी मांगी।
sorry. Yes, ma'am. Even though I wasn't at fault, what else can you do? Go to jail? Wow. Talk about a railroading. This is incredible. Do you ever notice, at least in America, you could say, hey, it was a minority. Now, you can't say that. Every guy is keeping every other guy in his place in India.
हाँ जी मांगी थी।
और ना मांगा तो क्या करा अपना और
See
फिर
this
जेल
poor
में चला जाए।
guy breaking up. There will be women in the West with a mug saying, I drink male tears. So there are women out here that will love this. There are women in his own country who would do this. They're probably buying mugs and celebrating this. Some guy who's minding his business got to be shown how low he is, how beneath he is from us. That's what they would be doing.
सुमित आप काफी दुखी लग रहे हो, आप तो पढ़ना चाहते हो फिर से।
Many cases of crime against women are being settled out of court or in police stations. These settlements are mostly monetary. Yeah, it's a money-making scheme. They're muggers. They're the new, what do you call it? They're the new mafia. The average woman is becoming the new mafia. Rotec boys were incarcerated for 3 days without any investigation. A filed case and even 24 hours in jail can cause serious harm to job, education, career, and life. Yes, because it gets around. And nobody cares about the details or whether you're innocent or guilty. Once a woman says you're guilty. That's it.
हमने तो अपना पीछा छुटवाने के लिए अपना पैसे दिए जी।
सुमित इधर आओ। सुमित क्या बोलना चाहोगे अपनी सरकार से? क्या इधर आओ, इधर आओ, इधर आओ, इधर आओ। ये आप
I'd like
सरकार
to
से
say to
क्या बोलना
authorities,
चाहोगे?
please
मैं
should
तो मैडम-
investigate the case before acting. Why? I don't know why you'd say that, because they are acting. I mean, this is what their modus operandi is. They do it on purpose. They're not being stupid about it. They want to get the guy. The male police are hostile to low status men. Who am I kidding? Men, period. Any girl can accuse any boy of anything, which is true. Does that mean he has to surely committed that mistake? A mistake?
क्या बोलना चाहूँगा, लेकिन जब लड़की कोई किसी की शिकायत करती है तो सरकार को उसकी जांच करनी चाहिए। शुरू से पूछना चाहिए कैसे क्या हुआ है। लड़की तो कभी कुछ भी बोल देगी तो वो गलती हमने की है, वो तो कुछ भी कह सकती है।
क्या है?
Is it painful for a man if he is accused of crime he hasn't done? Well, yes. It is the most painful, man. Only one who faces false case knows the pain. He's right about that. You know something? This is why it irks me to no end when guys who haven't had this happen to them, they don't care. They'll say, "I'll just man up," or they say, "Oh, he deserves it." The average guy is a loser because he doesn't care until it's him.
लड़के के लिए ऐसे इल्जाम लगना बहुत ज्यादा दर्दनीय होता है।
सब कुछ होता है, सबको पता है कि कैसा होता है, जिसके ऊपर बीती वही उसको पता चलता है।
Apart from, I want to get his name right, but I can't. Sumit. 3 more boys were implicated in this case. No one has a written proof of the money given to the girl's family. The case did not reach the court. Discussions of compromise.
लड़के के माता पिता के ऊपर यही शर्तें रखी गई थी कि
What was that again? Shoot. There we are. Discussions of compromise happened in the Rothack Bravehearts case too. The demands of the girls were not met. Oh, that's good.
लड़के के माता पिता के ऊपर यही शर्तें रखी गई थी कि जी एक तो स्कूटी चाहिए लड़कियों को, और इनको
Demands of the girls and her parents were that they want a scooty for each. Assume that's like a scooter. Apart from that, the girls wanted to beat them all at a public square and seek apology in public. I really believe the monetary desire comes second. They want to abuse boys. These girls hate the opposite sex and they want to punish them for the enjoyment of punishing them. And they want everyone to see it.
जैसे होता है यहाँ लड़कियों का सामने भाई पीछा छूट जाता, उनके पिताजी ने भी पीट कर दिखा दिया और बोले कि इनको हम चौराहे पर ले।
The father beat up the boy in the police station under pressure, but refused for public shaming, fearing the boys might commit suicide because of the shame. Wow, thanks, Dad. I mean, I'm sure there is some love for his sons, but a lot of it is too is these guys want their sons to look after them in their old age. So they don't want them to die. That's what's being left out of here. So his father's doing what he has to do to at least try and get by. So he doesn't want him to kill himself. So that's the only reason why he didn't want to get shamed in public. But he's willing to beat up his son in the station, in front of everyone in the station, just to get him out of there. This is incredible. You see, all the guys in the society are upholding this. They're all involved. They should all be ashamed.
लेकर भी बेल्ट मारेंगी और ये हमारे से वहाँ माफी मांगो। अब ये शर्त बाद में लड़के सुसाइड कर लें, ये शर्त कैसे मानने के लायक थी?
Okay, but 9 eyewitnesses in Rothack Braveheart's case has stated it was a fight over seats, and the boys did not harass the girls. In fact, the girls started abusing first. Of course they did, because they have all the power in their society. No witness supporting the girls' version has yet come to the public eye. Many more families in nearby villages claim to be victims of girls and the family. Yeah, other families use their girls as attack dogs. So when they want something.
आपका नाम क्या है? जिले सिंह। कहाँ के रहने वाले हैं?
I'm going to screw up his name, so I won't say it. Resident of Thana Kala.
कला जी।
अच्छा, बताइए जिले सिंह जी, आपके साथ क्या हुआ?
मेरे पास थाना खुर्द का राजेश।
My father of the girls borrowed 568,000 rupees from me. 350,000 is on papers, while 218 has no documentation.
ये रमेश मेरे से 5,68,000 रुपए लेंगे और ये कहेंगे कि हम आपको
He has signed in the documents that he is unable to pay the loan. He will transfer his house in my name.
लेकिन 3.5 लाख की लिखतम कर दी उन्होंने और बाद में जो ले गए 2,18,000 उनकी कोई लिखतम नहीं है हमारे पास और मकान देने के लिए कह दिया लेकिन
He
मकान
hasn't paid the money till now. When we go there and ask for his house, which he owes them, according to an agreement they signed, his wife threatens that she will file a false case on us and make us suffer in jail for entire life. You see, because societies have decided to make, men have always been second-class citizens, but to make them niggers now. They're at the very bottom. they can use women to just shut down any disagreement. The women are the aristocracy. The men are peasants.
मांगने कहा था इनकी, इन्होंने कहा मकान नहीं देंगे, और इनकी औरतें जो हमारे से आगे खड़ी होगी, बोली तेरे पैसा गंदा केस लगा देंगे, आप मकान दे कहाँ रहेंगे, हम मकान दे कहाँ रहेंगे, तेरे पे गंदा केस लगा देंगे, तो जेल भुगता रहेगा सारी उम्र।
तो आपने उसकी
Did
एफआईआर
you
करवाई?
file a case against him? No, I did not. Whenever we go to the police station, the cops show inability to help us, saying, why did we give money to him? They can't help us now. Wow. So the police can't make someone uphold their end of a signed agreement. You know what they're saying? Because they're saying when these women decide to file a false claim against a man, they can't, they just have to do it. And this is what I've argued before. It's like, if you're stopped by a police officer for a traffic ticket, he can use his discretion to let you go. So these police officers, these male police officers, are basically telling them they can't use their discretion and look into the case. So this isn't just that society set up badly. The police are involved. They want it this way, whether they will admit it or not.
एफआईआर नहीं कराई
क्यों?
ना गए थाने में, वो बोले ये किस के पैसे दिलाएंगे हम।
तो पुलिस ने आपकी सहायता नहीं
The
की?
cops there are threatening you with a false case. Yes, we did tell them. They said, don't go there. Why are you going to their home?
तो आपने जब उनको बोला कि हमारे ऊपर मुकदमा करने की कह रही हैं, अगर तो आपने बताया पुलिस को?
वो करते हैं, वो बोला क्यों जाते हैं उनके घर, मतलब क्यों दिए थे?
तो आप ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि वो अगर पैसे मांगे?
Well, so he's showing his documentation, and the police refuse to do what their job is because they just look there. They just want to throw guys in jail at a woman's word. They want to do this. So they threatened a case when you ask money for money. Yes, not a simple case, but threats of serious false case, rape. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? The old he raped me.
तो फिर इन मुकदमों की धमकी देते हैं वो?
हाँ, गंदे मुकदमे की, वैसे मुकदमे तो नहीं दे, गंदे मुकदमे की धमकी देते हैं वो।
आप क्यों डरते हैं अपने ऊपर मुकदमा होने?
Why are you afraid of punishment if you haven't done anything? Duh. I guess it's a question she had to ask. Ma'am, everyone is scared. If she tears her clothes and say I assaulted her, what will I do? They did the same thing with other people. I don't want to ruin my life. These guys know where they stand now. Wow. And this is what, look, this is what guys will get online and say how this generation or that generation are beta males and they're weak and we need war. Look at the age of these men. All these old men are no different from the young men. Men have always known their place. They have always known their place.
तो जब आपने कुछ किया नहीं तो
सजा कौन खाएगा?
नहीं, आपने जब कुछ किया नहीं तो आपको सजा कैसे हो जाएगी?
वो तो अपने ये पिपली वाला ऐसे ही ना फंस रहा है।
आपका नाम क्या है?
राजवीर।
कहाँ के रहने वाले हैं आप?
My name is Rajveer. I am resident of village of Pipli. Rashish Kumar had borrowed 100,000 rupees from me. When we asked for money, his wife filed a kidnapping case against my son. Wow.
पीपली।
क्या हुआ राजवीर जी आपके साथ?
मेरे साथ जी पैसे लिए थे राजेश ने छोटे दाने के ना, और वो पैसे मांगने गए।
By the way, this is standard for human nature. If you take away the illegality of murder, people would start murdering one another. And they've taken the illegality away from women, period, against, from assaulting men and lying about men. And so it's become an epidemic.
किडनैप का केस लगा दिया। उसकी घरवाली ने ज्योतिष के साथ यहाँ तक आ गया।
Rashish himself came here with my son Praveen, pretending to have talks over money. Meanwhile, his wife dialed 100 and filed a kidnapping case.
चल मैं तेरे पापा ने कहा आऊँगा और मैंने फ़ोन कर दिया 100 नंबर पे।
आपका नाम क्या है? प्रवीण। प्रवीण, आपके ऊपर क्या हुआ?
What's your name? What happened? My name is Praveen. This incident happened about 3 or 4 months ago. Wow, he looks like a real dangerous criminal, doesn't he?
ये मेरे ऊपर किडनैपिंग का केस लगवा दिया।
कब की बात है प्रवीण?
ये लगभग से 3-4 महीने पहले की बात है।
प्रवीण, आप पढ़े
You
लिखे हैं,
are
आप क्यों डर गए इन
educated,
बातों से?
Praveen. Why did you not protest? That's my question for every guy everywhere. The cops at the police station asked us to strike a compromise, else his family will ruin my life. How will the family ruin his life unless the cops are involved?
ये उन्होंने कहा था कि आप इनसे राजीनामा कर लो, नहीं तो ये आपकी ज़िंदगी बर्बाद कर देंगे।
किसने कहा था राजीनामा करने के लिए?
थाने में उन्होंने कहा था, एएसआई ने, ये आपकी मतलब आपको छोड़े नहीं।
He said 20,000 rupees is a small amount, forget it. You were studying, your career will be ruined. Yeah, just take it. Just take it, you you little black man, you southern black man. Someone spits in your face, just wipe off the spit and keep going. Just a minute.
क्या बड़ी बात है, लेकिन आपकी ज़िंदगी बर्बाद हो जाएगी। आप पढ़ने लिखने वाले बालक हैं, तो उसने ये कहा कि आप राजीनामा कर लो पैसे के छोड़।
तो पैसे दिलवाए थे क्या आपको?
नहीं।
पुलिस वालों ने पैसे बगैर दिलवाए आपसे लिखवा लिया?
हाँ।
Did you get your 100,000? No, we did not. Police asked us to compromise without taking the money to settle the case. Yeah, compromise. That is the wrong word. Compromise. What they're saying is you take your punishment. The police, there's nothing stopping the police from investigating both sides and seeing who's lying. So they're involved. The men in India are keeping each other in check.
ये पुलिस वालों ने बगैर पैसे दिलवाए आपसे ये लिखवा लिया कि पैसे भूल जाओ।
हाँ, पैसे मतलब आपका लेन देन खत्म हो गया
बगैर पैसे दिलवाए।
हाँ।
ये मेरे फादर से लिए थे। Rashish Kumar, father of the girls, took money from my father. He kept dilly-dallying the matter for long. Then my father met with an accident. He had been in a coma for 3 years.
राजेश ने, लड़के के पिताजी ने, तो पहले तो ऐसे ही कहता रहता दे दूंगा, फिर मेरे पिताजी का एक्सीडेंट हो गया। मेरे पिताजी 3 साल से कोमा में हैं। मेरे पिताजी का ऑपरेशन हुआ था पहली बार, तो हमको रुपये की बहुत ज़्यादा जरूरत थी, तो उनके घर पे गया।
When I went to their home to ask for our money, his daughters abused me and threatened me that they will file a rape case on me. Wow. This is not like a rare event, is it? They're just they're using the power they have as women over men in India to get out of making payments, paying what they owe.
उसके पिताजी ऊपर थे, तो नीचे वो लड़कियां थी, उसने ऊपर नहीं चढ़ने दिया मेरे को, और गंदी गंदी गालियां दी और कहने लगी अगर तू यहाँ पे आया दोबारा तो तेरे ऊपर रेप का केस लगा देंगे। तो मैं अपने घर पे आ गया।
आखिरी बार कब गए थे आप?
आखिरी बार मैं
When was the last time you went? Just the next day when the girls beat up the boys in bus. She threatened me saying, I will beat you with belts the way I beat those boys on the bus. Wow. Like I said, I want you guys to be thankful there are girls like this that are too stupid not to show society what women really think and how they really act.
गया था उस दिन जिस दिन इसने ये वारदात की थी लड़कों के साथ।
बस में पिटाई वाला मामला है।
हाँ, इसके अगले दिन गया था मैं इनके पास।
अच्छा।
जब ये इसकी बड़ी लड़की आई थी मेरे पास कि अभी तो कल तो वहाँ पे बैठ लगी उन लड़कों को, आज तेरे यहीं पे बैठ लगेगी अगर तू यहीं पे आया तो।
I'm scared of asking my money now. If they file a case, my life will be ruined. Right now, I have lost money that I'll lose. Then I'll lose my life.
डर लगता है उनसे पैसे मांगने में।
अब मेरे को वहाँ से डर लगता है कि वहाँ मेरे को मुकदमा बन गया तो बच्चे बर्बाद हो जाएंगे। ये 5 लाख 5.5 लाख तक खत्म हो गए और मैं भी खत्म हो जाऊंगा।
We are of course scared. Wow. If they file a case and I am arrested, who will take care of my father and ailing mother? I'd be saying, I'm scared because even if my parents weren't being needed looking after, I don't want to go to jail. So I kind of really, I can't stand when guys do this. It's like, don't worry about me. I'm just a subhuman, but I have these other people I'm looking after.
लगता है कोई बड़ा बुजुर्ग है नहीं, पापा हैं, पापा कोमा में पहले से ही, अगर कुछ बात होगी तो उनका संभालने वाला भी कोई नहीं है.
Okay, let's see, have now said that the media, that all the eyewitnesses have been influenced by the boys and are interested parties. They have asked government for narco analysis of passengers and self. I'm not sure what narco means in this case. So they're basically relying on everyone's involved. Everyone who says we're.
आप इस मामले में अब क्यों आ रहे हैं? क्या आप लड़कों को बचाना चाहते हैं?
Why are you speaking up in this case? Because you want to save the boys? I'm ready to swear on the holy book that I don't know either girls or boys. Oh my God.
इसलिए आ रहे हैं, क्यों आ रहे हैं?
ऐसा बंजी
What difference does it make if he did know them? You know, his witness would just be as valid as anyone else, I would think.
इस बात का मैं पहले तो नेम देना चाहूंगा भाई, मैं आप गीता लिया हूं, मैं गीता का नेम करता हूं, ना तो लड़की को जानता जी ना लड़की को जानता. लड़कियों के गांव में भी मैं पूछ रहा.
Speaking as a concerned citizen, they abused, beat up a boy in the park in the front of my eyes. They have done the same in the bus too. By the way, this woman put her hands on him and he should have clocked her in the face. But this just shows you how the average guy is really just a little bitch to the opposite sex.
उनसे मेरी कोई जानकारी रिश्तेदारी नहीं है. मतलब ये सामाजिक बात है जी. उन्होंने मेरे आख्या देखते हुए जी उस लड़के को मतलब मारे पीटी करी है जी उन्हें पार्क में, उसमें जेल में जी. और इस प्रकार की घटना.
By the way, this is why videos where some woman gives a guy a hard time on the public and he clocks her, that's why they're so popular. It's like the black man punching out some white aristocracy. It's the same feeling.
आप क्या इसलिए अब अपनी बात रख रहे हैं क्योंकि आप उन लड़कों को बचाना?
I am speaking up because I have been wronged and because I do not want this to happen to anyone else. Good man.
चाहते हैं कि आपके साथ गलत हुआ है,
हमारे साथ गलत हुआ है इसलिए, और ताकि और किसी के साथ भी ना हो.
मैं ये जागरूकता करना चाहता हूँ जी, ऐसा ना होना चाहिए.
Speaking up to spread awareness about these things. Good man. Finally. Courts will decide what happened to the boys, but I know they accused my son falsely, and they might have to accuse those boys also falsely. Of course they do.
लड़कों के साथ हो रहा है या मेरे लड़के के साथ हो रहा है, उसके उनके साथ गलत हो रहा है या ठीक हो रहा है, वो तो वही जानते हैं वो क्या हुआ क्या नहीं हुआ. मैं तो ये जानता हूँ मेरे लड़के के साथ जो गलत हुआ FIR कट्टी, उनके साथ भी यही होया होगा. मैं भी ये कर रहा हूँ.
लड़कियों का हमने क्या बताना, वो तो लड़कियों की
case, but I'm giving my evidence of being cheated. Well, that's pathetic. Who cares about those boys? The court will decide the case. The courts are obviously biased against those boys. So more has to be done. See, I don't care about those boys. I only care about myself. This guy's a loser.
खुद देखेंगे, गवर्नमेंट देखेगी, उनका सबूत तक खुद होगा. हमारा अपना सबूत दे रहे हैं हम तो. अगर हमारे से ही इन्होंने ऐसी हरकत की.
We're not standing for those boys because they are boys. This is the problem with guys. They're always trying to say that they're taking the high road. We are with the truth. We stood for women when Nibaria happened. I'm not sure what happened there. No one questioned us. Now, if boys are being wronged, our support is being questioned, of course. Because this has nothing to do with right and wrong. It's about who is being accused. But like I said, this is the wrong attitude. They think it's the right one. Guys do need solidarity with one another. Because the girls definitely have solidarity with one another. I can tell you from personal experience. You know, they back each other right or wrong. And it just goes to show that men don't really do that. This idea that guys back each other no matter what is bullshit. So these guys try and take the higher road. It's good that they do, but at the same time, I think at this point, guys should show some solidarity.
के साथ हैं। हम ये नहीं कि हम लड़के हैं इसलिए हम लड़कों के साथ हैं, हम सिर्फ जो सच है ना उसके साथ हैं। पहले लड़कियों के साथ हुआ था, निर्भया कांड हुआ था, तब भी हम गए थे वहाँ पे, तब हम लड़कियों के साथ थे, तब किसी ने नहीं बोला कि लड़के क्यों आए हैं, लड़की ये आनी चाहिए इसमें। तो अब लड़की अगर लड़कों के साथ बुरा हो रहा था, लड़की आगे तो गलत हो गए।
Never misbehaved ever. I can vouch for them. Well, that's good, but it's basically saying, to me, it doesn't help society. You know, if these guys need another woman to speak up for them, they don't have rights.
ये बहुत शरीफ लड़के हैं दोनों। कितने साल वो आपके पास पढ़े हैं? मेरे पास वो 2 साल पढ़े हैं, +1 और 2 में। तो पहले कभी उन्होंने ऐसा कभी कुछ नहीं किया? ना, कोई कुछ नहीं किया। बहुत शरीफ बच्चे हैं जी।
जीरो से हीरो बना दी सरकार ने
The
बगैर जांच के।
government made them heroines without investigating. There are several cases done by them which are false and fabricated. Yeah, notice the media again. The media and the government is involved. I mean, just think about it. These guys are up against the members of their own community half the time. They're up against the police. They're up against the government, and the media wants to portray men as bad guys just for being men. And the media is made up of men too.
इनके को कम से कम 10 केस है नाजायज, झूठे, गलत।
मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ जी आपके माध्यम से।
So the time girls were making all allegations, entire media was supporting the girls, of course, shaming the 3 boys, shaming my village. Where is the media now? Of course they're nowhere. Because they would look bad. They would show what they're about. And it also shows the hostility that people have towards men, period. Exactly. And there's another thing too. He's talking about his village. These people are still, like, India's still growing. There's still villages, there's still communities. But what happens when the communities disappear? What happens when India modernizes to the point where it's like Europe and North America, where everybody who knows one another, that's gone. There's the last protection guys have is gone.
कि जब तक मेरे गांव को बदनाम किया जा रहा था, असण गांव को, और उन लड़कों को, कुलदीप को, दीपक को, मोहित को, जब तक सारा मीडिया उन लड़कियों का साथ दे रहा था, पक्ष ले रहा था, उनसे बार-बार पूछ रहा था, अब मीडिया क्यों नहीं उनसे जवाब मांग रहा?
Look, sexual predators, sexual offenders, molesters, eve teasers, that's an Indian thing, I don't know, and harassers. Some of the terms Indian media used for raw attack boys without investigating the case at all, of course. Because this isn't about journalism. Everywhere, not just India, everywhere, guys, they want to show guys as bad guys. They need the bad guy out there. And there's no war, so you can point to another country and say, there's the bad guys. So societies turn on the men in their own communities. This is why these right-wingers go on about wanting war. They'd rather put their lives on the line fighting against other men in the war than become meat grind for their own society.
क्यों नहीं हमारी तहकीकात करता? क्यों नहीं सच्चाई को सामने लाता? मेरे गांव की हमारे
shamed the boys. Let's see. They shamed the boys. Okay, my village. Oh, they shamed it. Sorry, they shamed the boys, my village, my society. Who's responsible for what we have lost? Who will pay the price? Again, he's talking about his village and his society, so he's involved. And if this was a city, and if he was a city dweller, he probably wouldn't care about these boys.
समाज की इन्होंने बेइज्जती कर दी, इसका कौन जिम्मेदार होगा?
क्या आपके पास मीडिया से कोई मिलने आया?
Has media police come and investigated things from you? No, no one has come, of course. Because they don't care. Guys are guilty from the start. It's beyond just assuming you're guilty. They want you to be guilty.
आपसे जान पहचान करने आई या पूछने आई?
नहीं मैडम, कोई नहीं आया।
Hope no one came here to hear our side of the story. When it was girls, it was a Peoply Live. Now when it's boys, media has gone silent. Why? The nation wants to know.
जब लड़कियों का मामला था तो एक ही दिन में एफआईआर केस
What
दर्ज
justice is this? When girls spoke, case was registered. Boys thrown in jail immediately. Now when so many witnesses have come, they are not taking the case back or giving justice to the boys. Of course not. You guys are the niggers of society now. The women are the aristocracy. It's that simple. You guys are way beneath the average girl walking down the street. They're surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
और बंदे जेल में और अब 5 दिन हो गए कब आने लग रहे हैं कोई केस वापस नहीं कोई कुछ नहीं बस करेंगे जांच करेंगे
If testimony of so many eyewitnesses is not evidence, then what is? It doesn't matter what the evidence is. They're not looking for evidence. How does a man prove that he did not molest in a molestation case? How does he prove that he did not promise marriage in a rape case? Wow, this is more of this. The woman sees a man who she says, oh, he'll be a great provider. He's high status. And he does want to marry her and become her little provider boy. So she accuses him of rape. How does a man prove he did not demand dowry in a dowry case? Wow, this is incredible. Exactly. It's not proven, it's not innocent till proven guilty. It's the other way around. And it's become like that over here too.
रामपुर जी हम लोग सब आपसे रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं कि आप सुमित को पढ़ाइए
नहीं पढ़ाऊंगा जी
So it's our request that you allow him to study. No, I will not. I have 2 sons and a daughter who is married. The other son is completely blind. He was the only one. So again, you see what's going on here. He has children. He wants to look after them. The daughter skipped out. She's married and said, "See you long, Dad. I'm being looked after." And the other son is blind. So he's basically saying, it's not just enough that my son is going to be jailed and it's injustice. It's like, who's going to look after me if he goes?
मेरे पास 2 लड़के हैं जी एक लड़की है उसके शादीशुदा हो रही है वो दूसरा लड़का हुआ आंखों से अंधा है 100%। ये एक लड़का है मेरे पास इसका करियर उन लड़कियों ने खराब कर दिया उन्हीं की तरफ उन्हीं की वजह से मैं इसको घर बैठाया
Only because those girls that I am not allowing him to study. My heart cries, but I can't do anything. He never helped me in the field earlier. I want him to study, but now.
और कोई वजह नहीं है मेरा कलेजा फटता है इस बात के मेरा लड़का घर पे बैठा है मैं काम करता हूँ खेतों में 7 महीनों के मेरे साथ काम करता है ये नहीं मैंने कभी खेत में भी नहीं बुलाया इसको पढ़ाई कर कंप्यूटर घर पे सारी चीज घर पे ला रखी है मैंने इस लड़के के लिए
This guy's life is over now. Just like that. Just because a girl pointed and said so. This is incredible. This is real life.
ये तो दुकान बन गई दुकान है ये
This is like encouraging extortion. No, it's not like. And it's not encouraging. This is extortion, period. Good way to make money. File a case and then get money. But of course, it's not just money, is it? They also wanted to beat these boys publicly. It's about humiliation and showing them their place.
पैसा ठिकाने की दुकान बना ली
Look at all those male tears that women in the West will love.
वारदात करो और पैसे लूटो
Make a request to the girls for an interview. They did not give us time during our shoot. Our phone call was disconnected in between as we tried to do a phone interview, of course, because there's nothing for them to say. They're guilty. They're criminals. We do not intend to pass any judgment on this case or raise doubts on anyone. Really, then what's the point? courts will decide eventually. This is pathetic. This is them running away now. Are pleased that the police must investigate past and present cases of girls without any gender bias. The wrongdoer must be punished, boy or girl. Kind of late for you to say that. Once you say we do not intend to pass any judgment on the case or raise any doubts. What are you doing here then? You're raising doubts. This is bullshit. This is them cowarding out. And of course, this is so typical. It's a woman. I'm guilty of this too. I never even looked at men's rights until I saw a woman, MRA, speak on it. So I'm guilty too. And this is the same way. We're hearing from women. You know why? Because these women can't be attacked for they can't be called incels and told that you can't get laid. So that's the way it is. Men are second-class citizens. We always have been. We always have been. Anyway, please share this video. Like, you don't even have to subscribe, but share the video because it's important for people to see what's going on. And again, thank God for stupid women who don't know how to hide their viciousness. So society can see what's really going on between the genders. Thank you, everyone.